Hello, dog fans. My name is Oliver Nelson Jr., and I'm making an airport for aliens currently run by dogs, a first-person open-world comedy adventure game about meeting strange stock photo dogs, solving their problems, and catching flights across a universe of simulated dynamic airports, as well as finding time to spend with the people that you love in a life where you spend most of your time traveling. You pet any dog at any time with an infinite number of hands, including mid-conversation. And this production says, planes are great. I'm extremely glad that I do not have to fly one. We just got back from PAX South, and by we, I mean me. I got back from PAX South. We cut out 1,500 of these physical boarding passes by hand, and people loved them. Like they loved these things. They were like posting photos and getting extremely upset when their friends saw that they were perforated and then tore it. Like people would come to me and be like, my friend, this idiot here tore my boarding pass. And I'd be like, here's an air boarding pass. And it's like, it doesn't fix it. We've been working on something extremely strange. And for a long time, I wondered whether it was too strange to actually connect with people. I've had folks who responded very, very well to what we're building and to the very tight balance that we're striking with this world. And we've had people who responded very negatively. And going into PAX South, I wanted to see, is what we're building something that folks will receive whether or not they have followed my horrible Twitter puns for several years? It turned out the answer was a resounding yes. Our Discord community nearly doubled. We've got a bunch of extremely valuable feedback, which results in players now being able to pet the vending machines. Can you pet the dog covered us? Which is something I've been trying to crack for years. I was actually thinking that if Can You Pet the Dog didn't notice us, I'd be able to try to promote the game by saying the ultimate dog petting simulator that Can You Pet the Dog doesn't want you to know about. We've got a cool effect when you jump beneath the waves in this vaporwave airport now. So many big and small changes, polished art like these giant clocks you see on the sides of buildings and even on the surfaces of lighthouses across the airport. Let me see if I can find one. The game is just getting bigger and better, and we saw at PAX South that people who I didn't know, people who weren't just already my friends, also came to believe in this thing and could believe in it and understand what we were making in an incredibly short span of time. It meant the world to me, and part of the reason I'm doing this recording today is not just to show off, hey, you can finish the game and here's how we're playing through this new build, which works. It's stable. It is a game that functions. It's to show off how much incredible stuff has happened since the last major version of Dog Airport game. We do, of course, have these shiny new clocks made by our incredible 3D artist, Cody Lambert. We have an entirely new quest revolving around this fella over here named Rodney. Rodney is the name of Tom Vanita's dog, who is the lead programmer on this game. And I decided to use the name Rodney for this dude. His name is Kevin Williamson III. He's also Rodney, the cursed man dog. And Rodney really wants to be human again. And to become human again, he needs you to gather ingredients from across airports, across the universe, to help him hopefully find the combination of ingredients that allows him to reverse the curse that was placed on him by the Baba Ya dog that transformed him into a 43-year-old, twice divorced mortgage broker with 4 kids. Let's talk to Rodney real quick. I am not who you think I am. I am not the successful Caucasian businessman known as Kevin Williamson III with 2 ex-wives and 4 children I see on alternate weekends. I am a dog named Rodney trapped in a man's body. Help me, I don't want to be a human being anymore. How can I help? The Baba Yaga dog cursed me. She probably had a good reason, I don't know. All I know is my human business associate mind, and it thinks I can reverse the curse if I have ingredients. We mix the right stuff in the right order, and I'll be a dog again. A beautiful dog with beautiful fur and the ability to poop wherever I want without feeling bad about it. So, can you get me a can of Scarlet Bovine soda? Start the process? Maybe fix me first try? Maybe you could have a good life as a human being. I have thumbs. That part is pretty cool. The rest is awful, though. I'm a dog. I'm not supposed to have deadlines or existential dread or the ability to operate a photocopier. I'm not supposed to have memories of times I was slightly rude to others that keep me up at night and make me question whether or not I'm a good person. I'm even supposed to be a person. My life is a living hell because I used to be a dog, and I can remember being a dog, and I'm not a dog anymore. This is very weird to explain to a human being, but dear God, your life sucks. I get it, and I respect your hatred of human consciousness. I know it's too late for you, but please. Promise that you won't let anyone else follow in my footsteps. Spread the word. Being a human man sucks, and no one should ever do it. I promise. Rodney wants us to get him Scarlet Bovine soda in the first of a series of quests that will hopefully span across the universe. We're working on the second airport right now, which is Elf Planet, a planet of fountains and trees and grass and dogs with 3D elf ears attached to the side of their stock photos. I love what I'm making, and again, it means the world that other people saw it and understood it and thought it was cool. So, in this new build, we've got fancy departure boards, fancy clocks, which have spread across the entire project, and a bunch of new art and content. A giant improvement over our last build, one of the largest expansions of an airport for aliens currently run by dogs in its development history to date. You can play all of this today now via Patreon, and now that I've done a little bit of searching around and chatting, I think we can catch a flight and take it very quickly as long as we have the right bribe dog. No! I caught the side of the elevator and then it went badly for me. So let's try to catch this elevator. Ah! There we go. Yeah, it's weird. I didn't realize until PAX South that we were making a true open world game. I knew it was open world because, I mean, obviously, I've been talking about it for forever. The entire design is open world, but the fact that we had a group of players who would spend all of their time trying to translate the game and discover all the puzzles and secrets, and other people who just wanted to pet every dog with an infinite number of hands as much as they could. One person used their entire play session to just pet dogs, and they didn't pet all the dogs in the airport because there's a lot of dogs in this airport, but by golly they tried. The fact that we had people who were very object-oriented and instantly tried to catch a flight and to go about their business in the universe as quickly as possible, and that all of these play styles, whether you're an adventurer or an explorer or someone who wants to solve puzzles or someone who wants to get even deeper into the mysteries of a universe, that all those play styles were represented and could find a place in this universe, made me even more convinced that what we're doing matters and it's working, and we should keep doing it probably. If we talk to Ticket Dog, we can get a boarding pass to Elf Planet. When Elf Planet is in the game, you'll just be able to get a ticket to Elf Planet and go there. And then suddenly you're in that airport with that set of items and that set of dynamically generated stores and things to worry about. And dogs with elf ears. Like, the elf-eared dogs are very important. And I spent all of, like, Monday night putting them into the game, so I just really want y'all to appreciate how cool it is to have a planet filled with dogs who have elf ears. It means a lot to me. This is all I've ever dreamed of in my life, and now I have it. I believe B4 is in this direction based off of the things that we found. And speaking of things that we found, clocks on the side of lighthouses, and kiosks. We've got kiosks now that you can find across the airport. I'm gonna have a cell phone kiosk. This kiosk happens to sell donuts, and we've got a character here named Jimmy Donuts. His name is Jimmy Donuts, and it's the most adorable name I've ever made for any character I've ever written for in any game or thing ever. I'm gonna keep using the word ever because his name is Jimmy Donuts, and that's really good. I'm very excited. And this boarding gate comes with the story. I hand off this boarding pass. Boarding pass clerk dog has what he needs. Now we need to get this dog what they need. The thing is, we can tell from sight and from item highlights that this is Bribe Dog. And Bribe Dog, every Bribe Dog is a little bit different, but if you'll notice, this Bribe Dog is nearly identical to this Bribe Dog. However, when we talk to that Bribe Dog, we will discover that he's incredibly insecure about his height and that he identifies himself as Bribe Dog but smaller. That's because originally I thought I had done the slidey things and the development things that would make him much, much smaller, like maybe a box yay wide. And he'd be a tiny Bribe Dog, and he'd be very upset about it, and he'd want you to get him a giant drink to help with his insecurities. But turns out I only made him 3 inches smaller, and by the time I finished making the dog and doing all the code and script and stuff, it was too late. And it's actually better this way, because he's insecure for absolutely no reason. And did I mention that I love the game I'm making? He says that you can see my name. I can see my name. We know what happens next. We've played this story. I'm Bribe Dog, but smaller. Of course, this has given me a parade of anxieties and insecurities. So I want a big drink. I want a drink so big that it makes me forget that I exist. I want to drown in the face of the infinite, friend. Make it happen. How are you going to drink something so much larger than yourself? Determination and a willingness to deny reality. Fair enough. We have 3 minutes to catch our flight because the demo is on a 15-minute timer. And to get that big drink, I fortunately, because I made the game, know where to go. Or rather, what to go to. I'm not sure where to go because every time I enter the airport changes. The layout in general places stay the same, but the stores, where they are, whether they're closed or open, this entire landscape, it shifts every single playthrough. And eventually when you start being able to move between airports, and we have a save load system going, which will be its own nightmare, which I'll talk about at some different time, you'll be able to go between airports, and every time you go between them, even if it's just between 2 airports, the airports will change each time, because airports change in real life all the time. My Quiznos at the El Paso airport was replaced by a Schlotsky Cinnabon, and I still don't know how to feel about it. The thing about coffee in this universe, not our universe, but the universe of An Airport for Aliens currently run by dogs, is that coffee is defined not particularly by the flavors in it, but by the size of the cup. The more complicated your coffee order, the larger the cup you are given. And this barista dog, in this very fine looking establishment with paintings from the Met Museum on the walls, architectural sketches, in this humble building, we will be able to get a cup of coffee larger than the building itself. And this order, an Ochenta quadruple shot caramel macchiatino, low froth, cream double whipped, 1 sprinkle cinnamon, is based off of my dad's real life coffee order. And I have not told him. I just haven't told him. If anyone asks, you didn't get this from me, says barista dog. And this cup of coffee is so large that I can use it to rocket jump off the side of things. Let's try this. Oh. This is a speed run strat. But also, I don't have the big coffee, and my boarding gate is over there, and the departure board says it's leaving imminently, and the game has told me thanks for playing, because my time is up. We've added a button here that allows us to go to flight. Even if you have not completed your set of objectives, you can still go to your flight and enjoy a nice conversation with your passenger. And by the way, speaking of buttons, we've got a fancy pause screen with like the controls actually written inside the game itself, and credits. I have wonderful collaborators, and that list is getting bigger and bigger, and I'm gonna have probably several pages of credits that's gonna be in here very soon. Because we're making a big game in a very reasonable, sustainable way. And I am fortunate to find other people who believe in the strangeness that we are building together. I've talked to Very Full Dog before, so I think I'm just gonna press a secret shortcut and see if I'm next to a different dog. I've talked to Calming Dog. I want to find a different dog. Let's talk to Justice Dog. See what's his deal. I can't be tamed, says Justice Dog. I'm an agent of vengeance, an avatar of justice, a righteous conduit of terrible purpose. I eat homework, and only God can judge me. Is there anything difficult about your job? Quest? Friend, my bowels are an eternal sea of torment. I am in agony. Pain is a rampaging bull, and I am its china shop. Still, my mission remains. If you'll excuse me, the spirit of vengeance needs to go to the little dog's room. You completed your flight, and we press fly again, and suddenly we are again in the airport for aliens currently run by dogs. The game is getting bigger. The newest versions are being released live via Patreon, and your feedback as well as your adventures, including Jessica Ross's adventures with boarding pass igloos. Those are all making it into the game. You can get your cat or dog added to the game, actually, with some of the Patreon tiers. And we just added our first patron dogs and cats to the game. And I cannot wait for you to see the roles that they will play in this universe. Thank you so much for watching. If you dig what we're doing, consider supporting the Patreon, joining our Discord community of lovely folks who are sharing animal photos all the time. And they're all good animal photos, and it's fantastic. Do the positive thing associated with the platform you're on, like and subscribe and all that stuff. And until next time, take care, dog fans.